Hi everybody. I am actually going to do a small tutorial here on the external sweep of the Radio Shack 12-589. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it. A lot of you own it. Very popular radio. Sounds great. And due to the little discussion about the VN4100 PC, as you can see, I have one of those running right here. Not to pick up EVPs or anything, just run it through my run it up to my SoundCloud, so everybody can see actually how clear these things are. A lot of questions about how this works. Okay, as you know, most people, you just turn the radio on. It might help if I plugged it in. Okay, we're plugged in here. Turn it on and push the button if it's hacked, and it sweeps. Exactly. Okay, now with the external sweep, you're pretty much taking over that, and I will explain how that works in a second here. I always set these to 0. I don't know why, it's just something I always do. Anyway, now behind here is the sweep circuit. Alright, I choose to power my sweep circuits with battery packs. I find it makes a lot less noise when you're sweeping. So that's all these are right here. And I built this one on a breadboard. One, because I had an extra one laying around, and two, I really like using them because sometimes the capacitor right there, the chip right there, or even sometimes the small transistor have a tendency to fail. So it's easy to fix instead of building a whole new circuit. So what you see in the back here, I don't have anything mounted yet, so I can show everybody what's going on. What do I have going on right here? Alright, there's 2 wires that I have coming out of the back of this thing. You see this red one, and you also see the blue one right here. Now what those wires are, one, the red, is actually the voltage hack, or I should say voltage tuning line that goes into your sweep circuit, which the sweep circuit controls. And the blue coming out here is the ground. Never forget your ground, or you'll never hear the sweep. And just in case any of you see this here, this is my AM line coming out. I disconnected it. I don't like the way AM sounds. So inside, all you're really doing is soldering 2 wires to the board, and then I just ran them out the back, and they are being plugged into your sweep circuit, which takes over, which is basically what you call a VCO, a voltage control oscillator. And this voltage control oscillator produces a triangle wave. And I'm not going to get into triangle waves and sine waves and that. You can do your own research. So, you see these trim pots on here. The two top ones are for actually fine-tuning the radio, how far it sweeps up and how far it sweeps down. Now that one there is for speed. A lot of people like to use the big long knobby ones. I don't know, when I started building these, I just found those to be so much easier. Alright, so with it not being powered, obviously, you know, it's just nothing. You're not picking anything up. Now, I didn't bring a battery with me. Hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I also want to mention that I am not using an iPhone or any kind of cheap camera to film this, just so we make sure and see everything. I'm using my, my Sony Mini DV camcorder that I used for ghost hunting and night shot. Anyway, now when it comes to radios, each radio has different sweep rates. The bottom of the band and the top of the band, okay? Now let's say, for instance, I don't know what this one is off the top of my head, but let's say the bottom of the FM band is 2 volts and the top of the band is, say, I don't know, 6 or 7 volts. You have to tune the circuit to oscillate between those two voltages, and that's what the extra trim pots are for, because the op amp that is being used to create the sweep has a voltage reference and will only go to certain points up and down with that voltage reference. Now, like I said, you can plug this radio, you plug in, obviously, for the main power of the radio, I just plug it into the wall. But when it comes to sweep circuits, I found I rather use batteries, and believe it or not, these Tyco or any kind of these 9.6 volt battery packs for RC racing cars or whatever work awesome. They last a long time, and they have obviously a wide range of voltage. Now this one here, this one is going to be for my next project, my next radio. This is actually a 12 volt battery pack, which will be used to power the radio and the sweep circuit all at once. I'm trying to eliminate plugging things into the wall. So I think I paid $7 for that out of China. Not bad, considering this at an RC shop is like $25. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to hook the sweep circuit up, and you'll see what I'm talking about here. Just set this down. Alright. 2 leads, positive, negative. And I have my leads color coded. Black goes to negative, red to positive, which is usually the way it goes. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And yes, I am doing this on top of my washing machine because it's white and it's easy to see. So now the sweep circuit is receiving power, and if we turn it up, the radio is sweeping. And once again, you know, the numbers aren't moving because the radio itself is not doing the sweeping, it's the sweep circuit. And speed is fully controllable on here.
That's right.
That's right. And tell me I didn't bring a screwdriver down. But I did bring a knife. So I'll put this up in the front here. Actually no, I want you guys to see this. You can slow it down. Or you can speed it up to ridiculousness.
Hold.
I usually keep it too slow. I don't like. I usually keep it probably right about there. So it's passing through the radio stations fast enough. Hey, dude. I'm gonna put this online. Canadian Spirits hear me. So this is, like I said, this is just a quick tutorial because, like I said, I've had a lot of questions about this model. Now, eventually, this will get mounted probably to the back or the top of the radio. And the parts themselves, you're not looking at anything. The main chip is an LM324. I order those in bulk. Small NPN transistor, couple of 100Ks, 56Ks, 22 microfarad capacitor, and these blues are 100K trim pots, and that white one is a 10K. And like I said before, these are all to set the level so the radio sweeps correctly. Only issue when your battery starts to go dead, it may not sweep as high or as low. It's not a big deal. These things last forever. I think I've charged it once or twice. You can even hook a 9-volt battery up to this if you really want to. It's just going to kill it a lot faster. Now, like I said, AM is possible. That's the AM line there. But you'd have to use the other channel from the op amp to set up another tune. Another tuning area there. Some radios you can get away with just one, but this one you can't. The voltages are too far off. So that's pretty much it. Now, some people will take and chop some of the band off. What I mean by that is they'll tune it, let's say AM's low band, low part of the AM band's voltage is, I don't know, 2 volts, okay? And the low part of AM, which 9 times out of 10, AM's band is lower in voltage anyway, goes all the way down to 1. So if you're using that same sweep, that's going to swing your FM off band. So some people will, you know, give up this much so they can get both bands in there. Me, I just don't like to do that. So, really that's it. That's your sweep circuit. That's how it's hooked up. And if you have any questions, let me know. Bye now.